Good evening and welcome to A Slice of Life. Tonight's subject is something called Save Our Shade Trees. Tonight's guest is Carolyn Lyle, and she's here today to talk to us about Save Our Shade Trees, SOS Trees. Carolyn, welcome to A Slice of Life.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Tell us about Save Our Shade Trees. How did it get started? What was the inspiration?
Save Our Shade Trees was started in October of 2023, and it is a group of Old Saybrook residents. We are a fund of the Community Foundation of Middlesex County, and we got together from social media with the concern of the disfigurement of trees in Old Saybrook, particularly mature trees, due to development, due to Eversource trimming, due to lack of maintenance and care. And this is a group of people who are passionate about trees. It's interesting that I'm on Slice of Life, and I'd like to say that trees, it's not a slice of life, trees are life.
Right.
And so it's really important that we recognize the need for trees. So our vision is to build a strong and healthy tree canopy for Old Saybrook. Now, a tree canopy is the combination of leaves, branches, buds, and trunks that cover the land from above. So it provides shade. And our mission is to preserve and replace and build our tree canopy. Our objective is to give away free shade trees to Old Saybrook residents. We need more trees. As we lose trees, we need more trees. And eventually, we would like to become a tree city from the USA Arbor Day Foundation. So that's who we are, that's why we exist, and that's what we do. We've had 3 tree giveaways so far, and we've planted 125 trees. But we're a group of people, and we keep growing. We meet monthly. We keep growing to bring trees and educate people about trees, which is why it's so awesome to be on this show.
Now, shade tree, what shade trees do you offer? Because I think last year I got a dogwood tree from the SOS tree.
Yes, you did, Jim. So we aren't offering dogwoods or serviceberries anymore because they're not really shade trees.
No.
And we learned from that first giveaway where you got your dogwood that most people were thinking ornamental trees.
Oh.
So we don't provide those trees anymore, but we do river birch, we do oaks. We have not had any call for maples, but that's our plan to do maples. We also do viburnum, basswood. We've had quite a, and cypress. Mm-hmm. And so those are the shade trees. Maple is definitely a shade tree, and so is the birch tree. So we're looking to, and we also are looking for native trees that are climate forward, that can take care of the kinds of air that we get. A lot of it's salinity air, as well as pollinator pathways.
Now, what about climate forward? That's a new term I've not heard.
Well, a climate forward tree is a tree that can soak up water, soak up rainwater, is stronger when there's wind, stronger when there's a lot of heat, and also when the oxygen level is low because of too much carbon in the air.
Oh.
So we have experts that can advise us on the kinds of trees. We also have experts that help people when they plant their tree. And we work with a wholesaler, and we get very nice trees. And by the way, they're container trees. They're not little saplings. They can be as tall as 8 feet.
Oh, wow.
The caliper is not quite 3 inches. It's maybe 1.5 to 2 inches. So these are substantial trees. We buy them at a wholesale price so that we can give them away.
Now, the state tree of Connecticut is the white oak.
Right.
Do you know if you'll be offering white oak trees?
We've been offering scarlet oak, pin oak, and red oak, but that's a good question. We have to work with our wholesaler as to what's available. So our next giveaway is going to be in October of 2025.
Right.
And we will pick out some trees and see what trees are available for that season.
Okay. Oh boy. Where do you see yourself in, like, where do you see this organization in 5 years from now?
In 5 years from now, I would like to see the organization be actively involved in Old Saybrook, in collaboration with the Old Saybrook Tree Committee, to be an Arbor Day U.S. city. So
right.
There's a lot of really good data that we researched. So when we got together through Nextdoor app, we researched through the United States Department of Ag and the American Forestry. We researched the opportunities that Old Saybrook had to build their tree canopy. And what we found is Old Saybrook has the lowest tree canopy of its neighbors on the shoreline.
Right.
And that was as of 2021. Now, since then, we've lost trees. So we have a tremendous opportunity to increase healthy air, to save energy, to have psychological and social benefits, to be pathways for animals that pollinate,
Right.
because we need pollination for more bushes and soak up rainwater and stormwater. So there's a great opportunity in Old Saybrook to do trees. So in 5 years, I would love to say that we've given close to 500, maybe to 1,000 trees, and built it up.
Yep.
And in collaboration with the town.
Now, I know from my experience that let's say the white oak, the oak trees, often support 150 or so different kinds of pollinators, moths and butterflies,
Right.
inchworms and stuff. And so for these, and you know, I'm a birder at heart and have been for quite some time. I have to say that oak, you know, trees support the pollinators, which support the songbirds, that feeds the chicks and stuff. And so trees are vitally important. And so recently, excuse me, I was talking to Kathy Conley, who is a native landscape architect.
Correct?
And she said, you know, it's great to have a flower garden, a butterfly garden, but really the big movement is towards getting trees.
Well, the state of Connecticut, DEEP, is in the middle of doing their climate resilience action plan.
Oh.
And their number 2 priority is urban forestry.
Yeah.
For that very reason.
Yep.
Sea level rise in this area is faster than the average around the world. Why do I know that? Because SOS Trees has collaborated with other nonprofits and other organizations. One of them is the Old Saybrook Coastal Resilience Coalition, which is a coalition of 11 beach communities.
Right.
And the leader of that is an expert in sea level change. So one of our researchers was, how are trees protected in light of sea level rise that this town and the shoreline is experiencing? So along with pollinator pathways, along with climate forward, trees are our first line of defense with extra water, and also trees that are line the marshes. Because as the marshes absorb the extra water, and as the marshes try to respond naturally to sea level rise, trees are vital to soak up that extra water.
I think part of the challenges here is that everything with this climate, the tidal change or the rise in sea level, it just happens so slowly. And so I think over time it's hard for people to really recognize that this is actually going on and that they need to do something.
Well, you bring up a good point. And see, the other nice thing about SOS Trees, which is why I think it's grown since October 2023, we have a following of over 50 some odd, maybe 53 people. We have a website, we have a Facebook page, We're going to do an Instagram page. But Jim, the people that are coming to our monthly meetings, and we have a monthly meeting the third Saturday of every month, are people that have been around.
Yeah.
And I myself I'm a new resident of Old Saybrook because I'm here full-time, but I was part-time for the majority of my life. And I can tell you, I see the sea in front of my house rise. And people have seen, they never saw the green flood the way it floods now.
Right.
They've never seen the end of Sheffield Street flood the way it floods now. So people have been around and they realize that trees are extremely important to combat.
Yes. I think it's important to say, you need to start paying attention, and the regular flooding of this street that never used to flood is something you should be mindful of.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, well, and trees also keep the land cool.
Correct.
And so not only do they absorb the rainwater, but they also help with climate change in that they take up the carbon.
Right.
And then they give us oxygen. So the other thing that we learned is when we started, we went to the town, we met with the Conservation Commission, we met with the Land Use Department, we met with Eversource, because these are all people that have a hand in what happens to our trees.
Right.
And we learned that the Conservation Commission has been promoting a tree ordinance, as well land use has been promoting a tree ordinance. So we have to get our zoning and our government regulations up to speed. Connecticut has the same issue. We got to get up to speed with what's happening now. It may look slow, but when you have zoning laws and state laws that are in the 70s, they're a little behind the ball. So there's a lot of work to do. So in 5 years, I'm hoping that our work with land use, our work with zoning, our work with Inland Wetlands and Waterways Commission of Old Saybrook, they regulate 100 feet within the waterways.
Correct.
And 100 feet within the waterways is a lot of trees. And so we want to protect those trees, and a lot of them are on private property. So we need to educate homeowners that if you have a tree or trees within 100 feet of the waterways, first of all, it's a regulated activity. And also up and down the Connecticut River.
Right. Can we just go back to the Arbor Day Tree City thing?
Sure.
What are the qualifications to get to that rating? Old Saybrook, now a tree city, or Arbor Day, what do we call it?
Okay, so it's called a USA Tree City, or Tree City USA.
Oh.
And the requirements are set by the Arbor Day Foundation. There's about 30 cities or towns in Connecticut that met the qualifications. What a qualification is, you have to have a tree committee, which we now do.
Yeah.
Kathy Conley was on the previous tree committee, and then that tree committee disbanded, and our Board of Selectmen have offered to reinvigorate that committee. So I'm on that committee. So we have a committee now. So you have to have a committee. You have to have a budget for trees, which our town does have a budget for trees. You have to celebrate Arbor Day officially. We haven't done that officially yet. The Garden Club does it. The Tree Committee has not yet done that. And you have to have an ordinance. You have to have an ordinance in place to protect trees. Now you can have ordinances that include private property. You can have ordinances that don't. So there's a variety of ordinances. So in 5 years, I'm hoping that we will have had an ordinance and we will be declared an Arbor Day city.
Now, I understand Old Saybrook has a tree warden.
Yes, we do.
How have we just recently gotten a tree warden?
No, the state of Connecticut requires all towns to have a tree warden, at least part-time. And there's a regulation, it's a state general code, the general code of the state of Connecticut requires to have a tree warden. We have a tree warden. His name is William Claffey. He is the Director of Public Works.
Correct.
He's very passionate about trees.
He's a wonderful person.
Yes, he is.
I know him personally. He's a
Yes, he
wonderful
is a
person.
great guy. And so he really cares about trees. Prior to that, the tree warden was Jim Kiley, who unfortunately passed away. He also was a very good tree warden. As a matter of fact, there's a tree dedicated to him, to the former tree warden on Founders Park. So yes, a tree. So the tree committee, the ex officio member of the tree committee is Bill Claffey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're so we worked with the SOS Trees. The other thing we've done, one of our objectives is to educate, and we have a member of our committee that is really passionate about getting rid of the bitter, sweet, invasive. You know what that is?
Well, any invasive plant that we talk about is just another headache.
Well, the bittersweet, and the public may recognize these, they literally strangle trees.
Yes.
They look like big, thick snakes that crawl up the
Right,
trunk of a tree and literally strangle the tree. So anyway, our member, Peter Fleischer, organized us, and so SOS Trees went and did an invasive project. We got rid of bittersweet, and we did that on property that's owned by the Old Saybrook Land Trust, which is another organization SOS Trees works with.
I'd like for a moment to look at the map. We have
Yes.
a map.
Yes, yes.
Emily, could we pull up the map, please? We have a map of what you've accomplished. Oh, here it is. Excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
Look at that.
And you can see the kinds of trees.
Yes, on the left.
So the other thing, so you see that these are free trees, or they're free because SOS Trees raises the funds.
Right.
And in 5 years, we'd like to have a steady stream of funding so that we can still offer free trees. So, but you can see the list. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we have the eastern redbud, the eastern red cedar, hawthorn. These
Yep.
are all shade trees. We did give away serviceberry, and we did give away dogwood. Not doing that anymore.
Right.
But some of those are on that tree. So you can see where the trees are.
Well, I have a serviceberry and I have at least 2 dogwoods. One I got from your organization.
Right.
And when they come into berry, the birds they visit a lot, and they clean the tree in about a day or so. So any tree will be helpful, that's for sure.
Right, and they also will help populate other seedlings for that kind of tree.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, all trees give the benefits one 20-year-old red maple removes 3,100 pounds of carbon.
Excellent.
And one 20-year-old red maple filters 15 pounds of ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide, intercepts 27 gallons of rainfall and 48 gallons of runoff, and we can reduce heat by up to 20 to 46 degrees.
Yeah.
So one tree can do that.
That's impressive.
It's a maple. Yeah.
That's
why my message is, please, we need trees.
Let's go back to when you first said to yourself, by God, I'm going to start an organization about trees. How did the SOS Trees get started? Were you sitting having coffee one morning and...
Well, actually, to be truthful, I was driving up and down Main Street, Main and Maple, noticing over my lifetime trees that are gone on Main.
Yeah.
We've gotten ourselves trees, and some of them are due to disease, but Maple particularly, I've noticed a lot of disfigurement of trees because I've been coming here a long time. And the conversation on next door, there were like-minded people that were really worried about trees. And some people had experiences with Eversource in negotiating with them about their particular tree. So my first thought was, we got to go to the town. We got to work with the town, because certainly there's ordinances on trees, and certainly the town works with Eversource. As I said, we found through research, through the Conservation Commission land use, and the Board of Selectmen, the only regulations for trees was zoning.
Yeah.
And Eversource can work with homeowners. Homeowners have a right to talk to Eversource. So there was no care for trees.
Right.
So that jarred my conscience, and I thought we have to do something. And I also have grandkids, and one of their favorite books is called The Lorax,
Oh, right, right.
which is who this little guy is. And there's a book about the Lorax who speaks for the trees. And his quote is, unless somebody like you cares an old awful lot,
Right.
nothing will change, it will
Nothing
not.
changes.
So we did some research, and our catalyst for this was the success of another organization called Madison for Trees.
Oh.
Mad for Trees. And they, the model that we're using, we are a special interest fund of a large fund, Community Foundation Middlesex County. Our structure is modeled after Mad for Trees. They've planted close to 1,000 trees
Wow.
in almost 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I was motivated by love for trees.
Now, one of the things I'm concerned about is that when you have a big, beautiful tree and one little part of it gets a little sick,
Correct.
and the woodpeckers move in, and that particular branch is clearly dead, and the woodpeckers are taking advantage, people just tend to cut the whole
Exactly right.
whole darn tree down. And I don't know how to, how to curtail that.
Well, one of our goals is to educate, and we have to do that
Right.
because you do not have to take the whole tree down. I have a 100-year-old catalpa tree,
Oh,
and it has probably about this long. I could put my arm up one of its trunks
Oh.
this long. It's blooming like crazy.
yeah.
I had an arborist come out, and he told me that the roots are solid, it's still budding, and there's some areas that we could trim, but he did not say, take this tree down.
Oh, good.
But you have to be careful. You have to get to an arborist who cares for trees, who wants to keep a tree. The other thing people are worried about, which is a little bit misinformation, is a tree will fall down in the wind. A lot of people assume my tree's tall, it's taller than my house, we're going to get a bad wind, it's going to fall on my house.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the hazard mitigation plan, which the town has, you have to have winds like topping out at 75 or
Yeah.
80 miles an hour for that kind of damage.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's information.
Right.
It's information that has to be promulgated out there.
Well, that's
But
encouraging.
I'm glad to hear that you don't think that a woodpecker in a major branch of a tree is reason to take the whole tree down.
Oh, no.
No, because you lose energy, you lose pollution, you lose rainwater
Right.
observation, you lose stormwaters, you lose pollinator, you lose aesthetics, you lose shade.
So let me ask you this as we get ready to close the show.
Okay?
And I ask this of most of my guests, is what do you want from the public? What do you want the public to do? Or what would you like the public to do?
I would like the public to recognize and appreciate the really life-giving value of the trees in your yard,
Yeah.
the trees in the public parks you go to,
Yep.
the trees in your neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Thank your neighbor for not cutting down a big, beautiful 20, 50-year-old tree.
Yeah.
Keep your trees. Try your hardest to keep your tree.
Right.
Go to an arborist. Contact SOS Trees. We have experts that can help you with trees. So we need trees, and I would like the public to help us keep our trees, replace our trees, and recognize that trees are the first line of defense to climate change as energy expenses rise, but just speak for the trees. I'd like everyone to speak for the trees, just like our little friend, the Lorax.
The Lori, that's right. So, you know, every time I see development going on, and I'm not anti-development, but I think, all right, there's another swath of trees and native flowers and stuff that's going to be covered with asphalt. And it's, we need to find some kind of a balanced solution.
Well, I will say the good news is SOS Trees, along with the Tree Committee, has raised the issue of our need for trees. So when developers go before planning and they go before zoning, there are questions about landscaping.
Right.
There are zoning regulations about landscaping. I'm pleased to say that our commissions are becoming more and more protective of existing trees.
Excellent.
But we need the developer and the property owner to back that up.
Okay, so that's tonight's program.
Well, thank you.
I can't thank you enough for coming on. I would just simply say that if you're interested in getting more trees into your town, I know we've been speaking about Old Saybrook almost exclusively tonight, but your town has a tree issue as well. Get involved. Get on the zoning board, or go to the Zoom thing, or go to YouTube and look at the zoning meetings, and basically just get involved. And if nothing changes, then nothing happens. So again, Caroline, thank you for bringing your message of save our shade trees to A Slice of Life. And that's it.